Welcome, seekers of wisdom and architects of your own destiny. Today we embark on a transformative journey, a path walked by the great minds of Stoicism, where we uncover the profound truths of inner strength and resilience. Our exploration will lead us through the maze of 7 habits that can weaken the human spirit, and how the timeless wisdom of Stoicism teaches us to overcome them. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, cultivate virtues like wisdom, courage, and self-discipline, and to accept life's inevitable challenges with grace and resilience. Our first adversary on this journey is procrastination. Epictetus, a Stoic sage, once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Procrastination is not just a thief of time, it's a barrier to our best selves. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote, the principle of carpe diem, or seizing the day. In the Stoic view, each moment is a precious gift, an irreplaceable treasure that holds the potential for action, growth, and fulfillment. Procrastination, in contrast, is like a fog that clouds our vision, obscuring the path of purpose and delaying our journey towards self-realization. Procrastination often roots itself in fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. Stoicism teaches us to confront these fears with courage and rationality. It guides us to focus on the present, to engage with our tasks and duties with mindfulness and dedication. Imagine the power you wield when you decide to act now, not tomorrow, not next week, but this very moment. The Stoic practice of mindfulness encourages us to engage fully with the task at hand, immersing ourselves in the flow of productive activity. This is where procrastination loses its grip, and we reclaim our time as our own. To overcome the inertia of procrastination, start with small, manageable steps. Break your tasks into bite-sized pieces. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advises, begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Each small step is a victory over procrastination, a triumph of will over hesitation. Remember, the antidote to procrastination is not just action, but meaningful action. Actions aligned with your values, your goals, and your true potential. It's about making every moment count, seizing the day with intention and purpose. So let us embrace the wisdom of Epictetus and seize the day. Let us replace procrastination with purposeful action, transforming each moment into a stepping stone towards the realization of our highest selves. As we journey forward, let us carry with us the Stoic mantra: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Our second challenge is negative self-talk. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, wisely stated, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Stoicism teaches us to transform our inner dialogue from self-criticism to rationality and self-compassion. Negative self-talk is like a persistent shadow, casting doubt on our abilities and worth. It whispers tales of inadequacy, amplifies our fears, and distorts our perception of reality. The Stoics understood the immense power of the mind and the impact our thoughts have on our lives. Marcus Aurelius, a man who wielded great power, knew that true strength lies not in authority or riches, but in mastering one's own thoughts. He advised us to observe our thoughts as an impartial witness, identifying and challenging those that do not serve our greater good. To counter negative self-talk, we must first become aware of it. Start by listening to your inner dialogue. What are the words you use with yourself? Are they harsh, critical, unforgiving? Remember, the conversation you have with yourself is the most important one you'll ever have. Stoicism teaches us to replace these harsh words with rationality and kindness. When you catch yourself in a spiral of negative self-talk, pause. Ask yourself, are these thoughts rational? Are they true? Often you'll find they are based more on fear and self-doubt than reality. Practicing self-compassion is crucial. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Forgive yourself for your errors, learn from them, and move forward with grace. By consistently applying this Stoic approach, you can transform your inner critic into an inner coach, a voice that motivates rather than demoralizes, that sees failure as a stepping stone to success, that finds strength in vulnerability. Let us heed the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and cultivate an inner dialogue that empowers and uplifts. By transforming our thoughts, we transform our lives, paving the way for a journey filled with strength, wisdom, and inner peace. The third habit we confront is avoiding challenges. Epictetus reminds us that growth and self-mastery often come from facing what we fear. Stoicism encourages us to view discomfort as an opportunity, a chance to forge our character in the fire of adversity. In the Stoic journey, avoiding challenges is akin to a ship avoiding the open sea for fear of storms. Just as the sea tests the ship's strength and the sailor's skill, life's challenges test and strengthen our character. Facing challenges is not just about enduring hardship, but embracing it as a catalyst for growth and transformation. Epictetus, with his profound insight, recognized that our greatest lessons often lie on the other side of discomfort. He taught that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. When we view challenges as insurmountable obstacles, we feel overwhelmed. However, if we see them as opportunities to practice virtue, to exercise courage, wisdom, and resilience, we transform our experience of these events. Moreover, avoiding challenges can lead to a stagnant life, devoid of growth and learning. Each challenge we face is a question posed by life, and our response to it shapes our narrative. When we shy away from these questions, we miss the chance to write powerful chapters in our own life story. It's through the trials we face that we discover our true mettle. In the Stoic exercise of premeditatio malorum, we are encouraged to visualize the worst-case scenarios. This practice is not about pessimism, but preparedness. By contemplating the difficulties we might face, we can mentally and emotionally fortify ourselves. This preparation diminishes fear as we realize that even the worst outcomes are opportunities for personal growth and the practice of virtue. Furthermore, challenges often bring unexpected blessings. They can reveal strengths we never knew we had, forge deeper relationships through shared struggles, and offer perspectives that enrich our understanding of life. Just as a tree's roots grow deeper and stronger in windy conditions, so too do our roots of character and wisdom in the winds of life's challenges. So let us not shrink from life's challenges, but welcome them. Excessive materialism. The fourth habit is excessive materialism. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, guides us to distinguish between need and desire. Stoicism redirects our quest from material possessions to the riches of inner virtues, wisdom, courage, equanimity, and justice. In the Stoic view, excessive materialism is like a mirage in the desert of life. It promises happiness and fulfillment, but upon reaching it, we find ourselves still thirsty for true contentment. Seneca, with his profound understanding of human nature, cautioned against the endless pursuit of wealth and possessions. He understood that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in what we are. Material possessions, while sometimes necessary and enjoyable, can easily become chains that bind us to a never-ending cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. The more we acquire, the more we want, leading to a state of perpetual discontent. Stoicism teaches us to seek contentment from within, focusing on developing virtues that bring lasting satisfaction. Moreover, excessive attachment to material things often obscures our view of what truly matters in life. It can distract us from our personal growth, relationships, and the pursuit of meaningful goals. Epictetus, another great Stoic teacher, advised focusing on what is within our power, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Material possessions, being external and subject to change, are beyond our complete control, and hence should not be the foundation of our happiness. Practicing Stoicism involves learning to appreciate simplicity. This doesn't mean renouncing all material possessions, but understanding their proper place in our lives. It's about cultivating a sense of gratitude for what we have, and recognizing that the best things in life, love, friendship, knowledge, cannot be bought. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to use our resources wisely, not just for personal gain, but for the benefit of others. This is in line with the Stoic principle of oikeiosis, the sense of belonging to a larger community and understanding our role in it. By sharing our wealth and resources, we extend our sphere of influence and contribute to the common good, finding fulfillment in acts of generosity and kindness. So let us strive to find a balance, to enjoy and appreciate material comforts without becoming enslaved by them. Let's remember that the greatest treasures are those that enrich our souls: wisdom, integrity, and compassion. As we shift our focus from external acquisitions to internal growth, we pave the way for a life of true richness, marked not by what we have, but by who we become. Seeking external validation is a habit that can weaken your practice of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of focusing on internal virtues rather than seeking acceptance from others. Relying too much on external approval can make you dependent on others' opinions and undermine your self-reliance. In today's society, with the growing popularity of social media platforms, seeking external approval has become increasingly common. We often measure our self-worth and happiness based on the number of likes, comments, and followers we receive. This constant need for acceptance can lead to fragile self-esteem when it depends on others' opinions and approval. However, Stoic philosophy reminds us that true happiness and contentment come from within. Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of developing virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. These virtues do not rely on other people's opinions or acceptance. Instead, they are qualities we can cultivate and nurture within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. When we constantly seek approval from others, we give away our power. We become easily influenced by changing opinions, and our self-esteem becomes dependent on their approval. This can lead to an endless pursuit of external acceptance, making it difficult to find contentment and inner peace. To illustrate this habit, consider an example. Imagine you've written a blog post that you're proud of and have put a lot of effort into. Instead of assessing the value of your work and the satisfaction it brings you, you immediately seek approval by checking the number of views, likes, and comments. If the feedback is not as expected, you feel disappointed and doubt the value of your work. Depending on external approval weakens your confidence and diminishes the intrinsic value of your efforts. So how can we overcome this habit and reinforce our practice of Stoic philosophy? Firstly, it's important to recognize that seeking external approval is fleeting and often beyond our control. Others' opinions can change, and the quest for approval from them is an endless pursuit. Instead, focus on developing internal virtues and aligning your actions with Stoic principles. Practice self-awareness and self-acceptance. Be mindful of your thoughts and emotions when seeking approval. Ask yourself why you need external approval, and reflect on whether it truly aligns with your values and goals. Remember that your worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by your character and actions. Build confidence in your ability to assess and make decisions for yourself. Seek internal acceptance by evaluating your actions based on Stoic virtues. Focus on personal development and progress, rather than comparing yourself to others. Be aware of the idea that your happiness and contentment come from within, not from external sources. Build a supportive community around yourself, with people who value and encourage your growth, instead of those who constantly criticize or make you feel self-conscious. Seek feedback from trusted individuals who have your best interests at heart, but remember that their opinions should not define your work. In summary, constantly seeking external approval is a habit that weakens our practice of Stoic philosophy. By recognizing the futility of relying on others' opinions to assess ourselves, we can focus on developing inner virtues and finding happiness from within. Practice self-awareness and build a supportive community. The sixth habit, the inability to cope with negative emotions, is a critical aspect that Stoic philosophy addresses head-on. Stoicism teaches about the importance of reason and not letting emotions dictate our actions. However, when we succumb to negative emotions like anger, envy, or fear, we lose the ability to maintain composure and act virtuously. Negative emotions somehow overpower reason and cloud our judgment. When anger takes control, we often react impulsively, saying or doing things we later regret. Envy can make us resentful and bitter, leading to harmful emotions that damage our relationships. Fear can paralyze us, preventing us from embracing necessary risks or facing challenges. These emotions not only hinder our ability to make sound decisions, but also impede our progress in developing virtues like patience, kindness, and self-control. In Stoic philosophy, emotions are seen as impressions that arise from our evaluation of the world. Stoics believe that we have control over our evaluations, and consequently our emotions. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can examine our thoughts and evaluations, challenge thoughts leading to negative emotions, and develop thoughts in line with reason and ethics. One of the key concepts of Stoic philosophy is the notion of apatheia, often misunderstood as complete detachment from emotions. However, it's not about suppressing or rejecting emotions, but about developing emotional resilience and maintaining inner tranquility when facing difficult situations. Stoics acknowledge that negative emotions are natural and unavoidable, but they encourage us to respond with reason, wisdom, and self-control. So how can we overcome the habit of succumbing to negative emotions and strengthen our Stoic practice? Here are some strategies. Cultivate mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our emotions as they arise. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This awareness provides us with an opportunity to pause and choose a more rational response instead of reacting impulsively. Question your evaluations. When negative emotions arise, take some time to examine the fundamental evaluations that are triggering them. Are your evaluations based on an accurate assessment of the situation, or are they distorted by bias or irrational beliefs? Challenging and restructuring these evaluations can help change your perspective and reduce the intensity of negative emotions. Practice self-reflection. Regularly reflect on your thoughts, actions, and their consequences. Understand the recurring patterns that trigger your negative emotions and explore alternative reactions. Self-reflection allows you to identify areas for potential growth and develop effective emotional management strategies. Seek virtue instead of revenge. In moments of anger or resentment, remind yourself of the Stoic principle of focusing on virtue rather than seeking revenge or nurturing hostility. Consider the long-term consequences of acting based on negative emotions and strive to respond with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. Embrace serenity. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept what we cannot control and focus on what is within our sphere of control. Develop a tranquil mindset, recognizing that external events and the actions of others are beyond your control. By relinquishing the need to control everything, you can find inner calm and reduce the impact of negative emotions. By consistently applying these strategies, we can weaken the habit of succumbing to negative emotions and strengthen our Stoic practice. It's important to remember that this process takes time and effort. We may stumble along the way, but each failure provides an opportunity for growth and learning. Commit to the Stoic principles of self-awareness and perseverance on your journey toward a more virtuous and satisfying life. In summary, allowing negative emotions to dictate our actions undermines the practice of Stoicism. By cultivating mindfulness, questioning your evaluations, practicing self-reflection, seeking virtue over revenge, and embracing serenity, we can gradually reduce the impact of negative emotions in our lives. In doing so, we align with Stoicism's ideals of rationality, resilience, and inner tranquility, leading to a more virtuous and fulfilling life. Focusing on past mistakes is a habit that can significantly hinder our progress and well-being, and it stands as the seventh habit we must address. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on living in the present and learning from the past, offers valuable guidance on this matter. Dwelling on past mistakes often leads to a cycle of regret, guilt, and self-blame, which can prevent us from moving forward and growing. This habit not only saps our current joy and peace of mind, but also inhibits our ability to embrace new opportunities and experiences. Stoicism teaches us to view the past as a teacher, not a jailer, and to extract wisdom from our experiences instead of allowing them to hold us captive. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is focusing on the present moment and the things within our control. The past, by its very nature, is beyond our control. It cannot be changed or altered. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized that dwelling on things beyond our control is futile and leads to unnecessary suffering. He urged us to direct our energy and focus towards the present, where we have the power to make changes and influence outcomes. To break the habit of dwelling on past mistakes, we need to cultivate a mindset of acceptance and forgiveness. Acceptance involves acknowledging our past errors without judgment and understanding that they were a part of our learning process. Forgiveness, particularly self-forgiveness, is crucial in releasing the hold that past mistakes have on us. It allows us to move forward with a clearer mind and a lighter heart. Practicing gratitude is another effective strategy for overcoming this habit. By focusing on the things we are thankful for in the present, we shift our attention away from past regrets and towards the positive aspects of our lives. This shift in focus can significantly improve our mood and outlook, providing a more balanced perspective on our past and present experiences. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to use our past mistakes as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Instead of ruminating over what went wrong, we can analyze these situations to understand what we can do differently in the future. This proactive approach turns past errors into valuable lessons, contributing to our personal and moral development. In conclusion, the habit of dwelling on past mistakes can be a significant barrier to living a fulfilling and virtuous life. However, by applying Stoic principles such as focusing on the present, practicing acceptance and forgiveness, cultivating gratitude, and learning from our errors, we can overcome this habit. This allows us to embrace the present more fully and prepare for the future with wisdom and clarity. Remember, the past should be a place of reference, not residence. By letting go of past mistakes and focusing on the present, we open ourselves to a life of growth, contentment, and inner peace. The eighth habit, ignoring the well-being of others, is a crucial aspect to address in the practice of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism, with its concept of cosmopolitanism, emphasizes the idea that we are all part of a larger human community, and we should care about the well-being of everyone. Ignoring the needs and suffering of others can weaken our sense of empathy and moral virtue, hindering the development of ethical qualities. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we should strive to live in harmony with nature and cultivate virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. One of the fundamental virtues emphasized by Stoic philosophy is the virtue of benevolence or goodwill towards others. Neglecting the welfare of others violates this principle and can lead to a disconnection from our fellow human beings.